Man, how badly do you just want to like sail on a boat?
Oh, every day I wake up and I'm like, I wish I had a boat.
Have we ever talked about that Moby Dick quote? Where Charles... Wait, who
Dickens?
Yeah, did he write Moby Dick?
I think.
I just realized Dickens, and he wrote
Dick.
a book called Moby Dick. He's got an obsession with that.
I don't know if he wrote it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he must have.
Who
else
could
would write it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Herman Melville.
Melville, yeah, I knew that too. I own the book. Oh man.
My gosh.
Yeah, but there's a quote in there where he's like, all the young men at one point in their life have a desire to sail in the open sea. And it's true. Even
It's
before I
very true.
read that, I was wanted to it was my dream to go sailing.
Exactly.
For like an extended period of time.
Let's do it.
What is that about?
I don't know.
What is the draw to the ocean?
I don't know.
Huh.
Did you get to the part in Hellboy where he's on the pirate ship?
No.
Oh man, that must be the second volume.
Yeah, because I was rereading the first one and then I got distracted.
Mm.
I'm so bad at reading,
Okay.
man. I'll do it. I just need to sit down and read.
It's fine, whatever.
Man.
But he gets on a pirate ship.
I know. I'm
It's
excited.
awesome. It's like 50 pages of Hellboy on a pirate ship.
That's awesome. That's all I want.
It's pretty epic, yeah. Dealing with like mermaids and shit.
That's cool. Is it true that mermaids, the legend came from sailors like seeing walruses and thinking they were like hot because they've been out at sea for so long?
I have no idea if it was walruses.
Or some manatees or something.
Maybe.
I feel like it might have been manatees.
Huh.
They're like, you know,
I didn't
been lonely at sea
Bro,
for
I didn't
so
know what a
long.
manatee looked like until recently.
It's like a
It's like a
walrus.
space, not a
Without the
space. It's like
tusks.
a sea cow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
I'd like to ride a sea cow.
You want to be a sea cow farmer?
Sure, milk them.
Wrangle them up.
Do they have udders?
Hopefully. Welcome to the Off the Shelf podcast, where we take books off of any shelf and talk about them. My name is Josh.
I'm Vinny.
What are we talking about today, Vinny?
Man, today it is time to talk about Wolverine Old Man Logan.
Yeah? Finally.
I know,
I've
right?
been hearing about this since this afternoon.
Yeah. This is like everyone's favorite Wolverine. If you're ever like, I want to read a Wolverine book, everyone's going to be like, Old Man Logan, which is like the last one. So it's kind of weird they'd recommend it.
But it's the best one?
But it is really good.
Okay.
It's also really upsetting and depressing. So get some tissues.
All comics are.
Well,
In
especially
their
the
own
Clone
way.
Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah. This book is written by Mark Millar.
Mark Hamill? I thought that's what it said when I saw it on the couch.
Yeah, so this book's written by Mark Hamill.
Yeah, the best Joker.
Yeah. So it's written by Mark Millar and drawn by Steve McNiven. Steve McNiven also worked on Civil War. So, same art as
So
Civil
everyone's
War.
gonna fight each other and... Oh no.
Okay.
No, don't make that face. You're supposed to say no.
Okay. The superheroes don't fight each other. Well... Wolverine's fighting everybody.
Okay.
So, Old Man... have you seen Logan?
I think we watched it.
Did we?
What was the one we watched?
The Wolverine.
Oh, never mind.
You didn't watch Logan when he's old?
I've seen parts of it in like a dentist office.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure.
weird.
Or like some office
Huh.
that I was waiting in, and Logan was
You should
playing
watch
on the
Logan.
TV.
It's pretty epic.
Okay.
Yeah, so it takes inspiration from this book, but not really.
Is this when he's got bone claws?
No.
Oh. Okay.
So this book begins... I believe it came out in like 2009, just to give you a time setting. So this book starts with Wolverine, of course. He's the main character of the book. And he's all, beaten up, bloody. He's walking through the wilderness, right? And he has this internal monologue, and he's like... Or it's not his internal monologue. What? Well, that's probably...
He's got an internal monologue.
Yeah, there is monologue
Yeah.
that says, Wolverine's always had a
Wolverine's
shitty
vlog.
life.
Yeah.
And things just got worse. How did they get worse? We'll find out
Man,
later.
he's just like Rorschach.
Oh, yeah. So now we pick up like 50 years in the future.
Okay.
And Wolverine, the whole America.
The whole America. Yeah.
All of America is like this wasteland.
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
So-
it is now.
Well, yeah. So but this is even worse.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch you like Clint Eastwood?
Maybe?
Yeah?
I don't know.
You ever watch any Clint Eastwood movies?
I don't know. What's he in?
Cowboy stuff? You like
Yeah.
cowboys?
I've definitely seen stuff with him in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So,
Maybe.
okay, never mind.
Sorry.
This is like
If I
Clint
was-
Eastwood Wolverine.
yeah. Okay.
So, Wolverine is riding on a horse back home in the wastelands of what was once California. This is his little house. This is his little horse. He gets home. He has a family. He has a wife and 2 kids. And his kids are like, normal 10-year-old boy and young daughter. His 10-year-old boy is always on that damn video game or whatever.
Yeah. This looks just like the beginning of Star Wars. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on
Well,
Tatooine.
episode 4. Yeah.
Wolverine and his wife are struggling financially.
Wait, there's still an economy?
You don't know yet what happened, but
Yeah.
there's been some seemingly nuclear fallout, some big fallout that turned America into this giant wasteland.
Okay.
But they live in Hulk territory. So
Okay.
the Hulk has taken over this small region of California, and his family, the Hulk has a family
Yeah, sure.
that him and
With his cousin?
with his cousin
Oh,
She-Hulk.
Okay.
So they have like inbred
Yeah.
kids.
He's got like 12 fingers.
Yeah. And so Wolverine, since they live in their territory, they have to pay rent
Okay.
to them. And so Hulk's children show up, and they're riding the old Fantastic
Yeah,
car,
I see that.
Dead and Foe, Forgotten. So Wolverine's like, oh shit, they're coming, okay.
Is that Hulk there?
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't really see Hulk until later.
Okay.
But these are all his kids. And they're pretty much going to rough up Wolverine, get the money.
Okay, but why don't they move?
Well, they can't. There's
Why?
like nowhere to go. Everywhere is like really shitty.
There's got to be somewhere else they
wherever-
can go that's not Hulk territory.
Well, that's the thing. Everywhere is a territory. So after what happened, and I'll tell you what happened later. But after what happened, America was turned into this wasteland and divided up into territories.
Yeah.
By supervillains.
Just like
And
Gotham
the
in
Hulk.
that one.
Yeah.
That one
No Man's Land.
Yeah.
This is like No Man's Land, but all of America. And all the supervillains took over each territory, and also the Hulk, because no one could fucking beat him. So he's like, well, if they can't beat me, they might as well join me, I guess.
Survival of the fittest.
Exactly. So Wolverine's a few bucks short. He doesn't have the money, because his, like, farm, he has a farm, it's not doing well, his animals aren't producing, they're sick or something.
Yeah.
So the Hulk family's like, you better...
Well, it's probably because there's no grass.
Probably, yeah.
Or water.
Or anything.
Yeah.
So the Hulk family's like, where's the money? And Wolverine's like, I don't have it. So Wolverine seemingly pops his claws and murders one of the Hulks. Just kidding, no he doesn't. Because this Wolverine has sworn off violence. He, after whatever happened.
So that was just like...
It's like just
in his head?
In his head.
Yeah. So his hands bleed when he takes his claws out.
Yes,
Okay.
because he hasn't popped them in so long.
Yeah.
So, and plus, I guess he's older. His healing factor's not what it used to be. So he has that little daydream of killing one of the Hulks, and they just beat the shit out of Wolverine. And they're like, next month you better have double rent. They take like whatever money they have, and then next month you better have double rent.
So his healing factor gets worse over time?
Yeah.
How old is he here? Because he was old when he was young,
So, yeah, so Wolverine was born in, like, early 1900s.
Okay.
Or late 1800s.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is about 25 to 50 years later from main continuity of Marvel. So Wolverine's around, like, 300. depending on whatever time
So he can age, he just does it really
slowly.
Okay.
So eventually he will probably die
Yeah.
of old age. So Wolverine wakes up. He's been all, patched up. His family took care of him, stitched up his wounds and everything. But one last... So Wolverine wakes up and he's all patched up, and this old gentleman here is by his side. And this old gentleman is Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye. So Hawkeye's still around, but he's blind because he has glaucoma. So he went blind.
Okay.
And he's also really old.
So he's blind and deaf? He's slowly turning into Helen Keller.
Yeah. And then he'll write a book or whatever. So Wolverine wakes up and is like, Hawkeye, what the hell are you doing here? And Hawkeye's like, Wolverine, you look pretty down on your luck. Well, me too. I really need your help.
Not look. I mean, he wouldn't know what he looks like.
Well, yeah, but down on your luck. So Wolverine's like, what do you want?
You smell pretty down on your luck.
So Hawkeye's like, I need your help to smuggle some drugs to this other territory for money.
Sure.
And I'll give you a cut. So you could pay off the Hulk family.
He's like, I've been cut enough today.
Yeah. And Hawkeye's like, it'll give you enough money to pay off the Hulk family for the next few months or years. And Wolverine's like, all right, I guess. So Hawkeye's like, cool, road trip time. So they get in Hawkeye's spider buggy. And like the 80s, Spider-Man had a dune buggy. This is it.
Still works.
It still works.
Yeah, okay.
Probably because the 80s was only like 51 years ago or something. So they get into... Okay. This is really weird. Hawkeye is driving. He's blind. He's like, I could feel the vibration. Plus, it's all wasteland and dirt, so you're not really going to hit anything. Yeah. So they get into... Here's a big map of everything, of the United States. So they get into the dune buggy, and they're going to drive from here all the way over here to New Babylon.
So it's been divided up into like 7 states?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's Hulkland.
New Babylon?
New Babylon.
Okay. Are they building a tower?
Perhaps.
Tower of Babel.
Babel, yeah.
Was that in Babylon?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So
Should.
There's the Hulkland, which was formerly the Abomination's territory.
Okay.
But the Hulk took it. The Kingdom.
Is the Hulk stronger than Abomination?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're like the same.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
There's the Kingdom of the Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly the domain of Magneto. I don't know how Kingpin won over Magneto. Maybe Magneto just died. Then there's
he just left.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to.
Yeah, there's like this big empty space, which is just more wasteland, but there's Paste Pot Creek. There's a character, Paste Pot Pete.
Okay. What does that mean?
He like shoots a gun with sticky stuff.
Ew.
It's like glue or something.
Like cum.
Yeah, there's Mount Rushmore over here. Electroville.
Okay.
I guess Electro has his own little ville. Doctor Doom, Doom's Lair. Right here. A Mutant Forbidden Quarters. Osborn City.
Really? He got his own city,
I mean,
huh?
no one would be crazy enough to take on Norman Osborn, I guess.
guess.
There's the Lizard King. So I guess the lizard rised up.
Yeah.
Or rose up.
Rised up.
There's Pym Cross, which is like Hank Pym.
Yeah.
And the President Quarter.
President's Quarter. What is that? It's like the White House?
It's where the president is.
Okay, so he's still going.
No. There's a new president.
It's like Nixon?
No.
Again?
No. We'll get to who the president is later.
Okay.
So pretty much this...
So, okay, why doesn't Wolverine just go back to Canada?
Here's the thing. That is... I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Because he literally should just go to Canada.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Huh.
So, this book's pretty much road trip time with... Yeah, you're looking at all the dead bodies.
Yeah.
So...
It's road trip time.
Yeah. So, okay. You can look through it. I'll just tell you what happened.
Okay.
So, how did everything become this giant wasteland? So, what happened was one day, all the supervillains got together and they were like, we're tired of losing. And maybe we're losing because, like, Green Goblin, you're going after Spider-Man alone. But what if Green Goblin teamed up with, like, the Thanos or something.
Okay.
Like, not Thanos, but like
Sure, but
some
yeah.
really powerful character, you know? Or what if we switch villains? Or switch heroes? So, like...
To, like, optimize who's fighting who.
So, like, Abomination, maybe you'll go after Daredevil or something.
Instead of Hulk every time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, go after someone who you could easily take out.
Yeah.
So, the Wolverine. So this is what happened. Wolverine at the X-Mansion is chilling when all of a sudden, like, a whole swarm of supervillains break in. And he pops the claws and goes crazy, right? And he's murdering all the supervillains. And then I think he's killing Bullseye. When Bullseye's like, Wolverine, why? Why are you killing us? And then all of a sudden, like, the illusion stops, and Wolverine wasn't killing supervillains, he was killing the X-Men. And then you see Mysterio, who's like, meh, and then, like, leaves. So Wolverine single-handedly murdered all the X-Men.
Man, okay.
And because of that, that's why he's sworn off violence. He's like, I killed all my friends. Plus, like, Spider-Man, the Avengers, they were all wiped out by the villains. The villains just won and took over the United States. After this event, Wolverine goes to, like, a railroad and lays his head down on the tracks and lets a train run him over. And he's like, man, that hurt, but not enough.
He's, like, looking for pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
oh, there it is.
Yeah, so during their travels, they run into a lot of crazy shit.
This is like Mad Max.
It is straight up like Mad Max.
That's awesome.
Mad Max Wolverine. It is so cool.
Yeah.
They run into the Ghost Riders.
I was just thinking that, yeah. The Ghost Riders.
Which is just like 3 or 4 assholes got the Ghost Rider motorcycles. So they're just driving. They, tussle with Wolverine and Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye in this book. They'll do a solo Old Man Hawkeye. Where you get to learn, like, how he became blind. I mean, he became blind because of glaucoma. But you get to see more of him before he was blind. They do an Old Man Quill. So, like, an Old Man Star-Lord. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah. This part's one of my favorite parts.
They're, like, worshipping Thor's hammer.
Yeah, so this is Hammer Falls. Which is a little town that they drive into. And in there, they meet Ultron, who's, like, this domesticated man now. He's picking up some groceries, and he's like, hey, Hawkeye! And Hawkeye's like, oh, it's Ultron. And Wolverine's like, yeah. And Wolverine's like, oh, you hate Ultron, right? Because he's a villain. And Hawkeye's like, no, I hate Ultron because he married my ex-wife. What? So they go back to Hawkeye's ex-wife's house, and Hawkeye's ex-wife, they say, is like the granddaughter or the daughter of Spider-Man.
Okay.
But she's like this black woman.
Okay.
So it's not Mary Jane. I don't know who it is.
Could be. Well, not the daughter, then.
Yeah.
But could be granddaughter.
Could be granddaughter. I don't remember if it's daughter or granddaughter. Whatever. But Hawkeye originally married her and then had a daughter with Spider-Man's granddaughter or daughter. So Hawkeye does have a daughter who is the new Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman. And of course they don't like Hawkeye because he's a deadbeat dad and husband.
Sure.
And Ultron is a better father than Hawkeye ever was. Yeah, here he is. He's like a mechanic. And
he's so cute.
I know. And he's like fixing up their dune buggy and everything.
Great mechanic.
I know.
Yeah. You gotta be a machine to know the machines.
Yeah. During their travels, they
run into Daredevil.
They run into like the new Kingpin, which is this guy. So it's not Wilson Fisk, but it's this guy. This guy's not Daredevil. He's just some guy that had the costume, or that this Kingpin put in the Daredevil costume. There's also dinosaurs. There's a lot of dinosaurs in this book. They don't really explain why there's dinosaurs.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of them.
They're just roaming around the wastelands.
Yeah.
To the point where there is a giant T-Rex with the symbiote on it that chases Hawkeye and Wolverine's dune buggy. It should be coming up soon. But the whole book is pretty much... they eventually do team up with Hawkeye's daughter, Spider-Girl. And she comes with them on their adventure. And it's pretty much just like fun, crazy road trip throughout this destroyed United States. where you see like references and like they go to this bridge and there's this guy who's wearing like the Ant-Man helmet. So it's like all the superheroes are dead and they're like their remains or their gear or whatever is just scattered all across. Like Hammer Falls, like Thor's hammer just dropped there. No one could pick it up. So they just named that place Hammer Falls. Oh yeah, there is when Wolverine is fighting the villains right here in his classic costume, just going to town, slaughtering all of them. Then all of a sudden, yeah, Bullseye. He's like, Logan, stop, please. Why are you doing this? You're supposed to be our friend. And it turns out it was like Jubilee. It was like Wolverine's little buddy. And here's Mysterio like,
so it was fake?
It was all, like, he murdered the X-Men thinking they were the villains.
That's what's happening now.
Yeah, but that's like in the past.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And he's like, cursed to have those dreams every night. The deal with Hawkeye is, you're probably wondering, like, why is Hawkeye still alive? He's, like, the easiest to kill. Well, that was the problem. He was so easy to kill, they didn't even try to kill him. So he has, like, survivor's guilt. Because he's the only Avenger who made it out alive. Yeah. So he's like, man, I wish they killed me. It'd make me feel like I'm actually, like, I'm worth it. Which, very depressing. Here's the Sandman guy. Or not, the Ant-Man guy.
Yeah.
More dinosaurs. And there's the T-Rex.
There he is. Oh, man.
Just for you. It's pretty epic.
That is pretty epic.
The art in this book is just
I always
so
wondered,
cool.
like, what if the symbiote latched onto animals?
Well, man, that's what
cool.
you get. Huh. They kill it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So cool.
Emma Frost, who is an X-Men character.
Yes.
She shows up and she helps them out.
Who doesn't have frost powers.
Who does not have frost powers. She helps them out, and she's right here, looking young, which is really weird because everyone else is really old. It turns out that she's not really young. She has mind control. Or she has, like, telepathy, so she's making everyone think that she's really young. You get to see Doctor Doom in his kingdom. Get to see a giant man skeleton. Which...
He's huge.
He is huge.
I thought you said giant man could only go 25 feet.
Listen, that's what Google said, but here... Oh, yeah, here he's, like...
He's huge.
He is huge here.
Yeah.
But...
like bigger than the city.
Yeah.
He went too big and he died.
He went too big and died, sure. So eventually they pick up the drugs, right, that they're supposed to transport over
the border,
to New Babylon. And they get to New Babylon, meet up with the guys who...
Is it like a futuristic drug or is it like cocaine?
We'll see.
Oh, okay. It's like Pym particles.
Yeah. So they get to the place where they're going to drop off the drugs. The deal goes south, and they shoot up Wolverine, and they shoot Hawkeye, and Hawkeye dies. And there's also this little guy who's dressed like Hitler.
Oh, why?
Because the President of the United States is the Red Skull.
In the Captain America suit?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He doesn't always wear it, but he will certainly wear it.
Yeah.
And so the Red Skull has like this whole trophy room of all the Avengers, like Iron Man's armor, Captain America's shield. He has the Thing's hand.
Oh,
it's
no.
horrible.
He's got the cape.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
There he is wearing it.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, and Wolverine is like really pissed off that he killed, or that Hawkeye's dead, because that was like the last tether to the superhero life Wolverine had, And so Wolverine, this whole time, like, they've gotten into fights and everything, and Wolverine has not popped the claws once, because he's like, I'm never gonna do that again. So even when he's fighting the Red Skull, and Red Skull's using like Black Knight's ebony blade, and Wolverine's using the Captain America shield, eventually he will decapitate Red Skull with the shield.
He's like, I won't take my claws out, but I will.
Yeah, he's like, I have no problem murdering people, but I'm not going to use my claws. He uses the Iron Man suit to get back home.
That's cool.
Yeah. With the money. He takes the money. I don't think Wolverine ever finds out what drugs are in there. But he takes the money and heads back home. And by the time he gets home, he gets back to his farm, and like his neighbor or something is there and is like, Wolverine, don't go in there. And it turns out the Hulk family came back while he was gone, and they massacred his family.
Oh, man.
So then his old neighbor's like, Logan, listen, and Wolverine's like, my name's not Logan.
They can't just let him be.
No. And Wolverine's like, my name's not Logan. And then just double page splash of snicked, which is Wolverine's
His claws coming out.
And he's like, my name's Wolverine. And he goes after the Hulk and his family. And yeah, so you get to see Wolverine slaughter just like seemingly hundreds of Hulk people. Hulk and his cousin got busy. Oh yeah, because they're not like as strong as normal Hulk. They're all like defected and everything.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Hulk is he's been trying to have a perfect baby, so that's why there's so many of them. So it took him like a million chances, but finally the most recent newborn, he is like a perfect baby. Like he's green, but he's not like gross, you know? And so Wolverine just keeps slaughtering Hulk people. In like the most visceral and bloody ways possible.
Violent.
Yes. Here's Dr. Bruce Banner.
That's him?
That's him. He's
Man,
old.
he's so old.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy that plays chess in that one Pixar short.
He is. That's him.
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
And so Wolverine's like, "Rah!" and stabs Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Which, of course,
why didn't he
brings the Hulk out.
Oh, I see, okay.
And Hulk is like this horrific, disgusting monster. And they
I
get
didn't
into
know
it.
the Hulk would age with him.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Hulk takes a huge chomp out of Wolverine. Hulk's plan is to literally eat Wolverine.
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to eat Wolverine. They're a little Hulk baby. And so Hulk eats Wolverine, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm stuffed." And he goes to like sit down or something. He's like, "Oh," because he has like a stomach ache. And all of a sudden, Wolverine just bursts at him.
Oh man,
killing the Hulk.
Huh.
And slaughtering whatever's left of the Hulk family, except for the newborn baby. Wolverine takes the baby with him, and they like ride off into the sunset.
So the baby's permanently Hulkified.
The baby is permanently Hulkified.
Okay.
But Wolverine's like, I'm not gonna kill a baby, and I'm not gonna leave it here. Like, we're gonna find something to do. I guess I'm gonna raise this new little baby. And that's pretty much the end of Old Man Logan. You could look through it. Eventually, there will be a series called Secret Wars, which is also written by Jonathan Hickman. We talked about Infinity a little while ago. Jonathan Hickman, Fantastic Four, Avengers, Infinity, kind of was all leading to Secret Wars, which is like this big multiverse thing. And because it involves the multiverse, Old Man Logan comes back. And Old Man Logan will get like an actual series. Like, this was only 6 or 7 issues or something.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan will get like a whole series to himself, where he's in the normal Marvel continuity. So you get like normal Wolverine and Old Man Logan in the same universe together. But then normal Wolverine dies. So there's just Old Man Logan in this universe. And it's really weird, but it's kind of fun. Maybe we'll talk about it one day. But yeah, Old Man Logan. It's really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. If you're new to comics, I think it's kind of a good way to start reading Marvel comics. Like, there are a lot of Avengers stuff, a lot of villains, and, you know, you might want to know something about Wolverine, the X-Men, and everything. But if you have basic knowledge, then all the little Easter eggs and references to, like, the symbiote or the Red Skull's trophy room and everything, it's very fun. Plus, the art's really good. Steve McNiven.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Very bloody.
Yeah.
I like the inclusion of Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye's cool because he's like an old smartass, you know? And Wolverine's like this very stubborn, like, brr, type of character. It's very cool. And I love that it gives you the little map of the U.S. so you get to see who owns what. Yeah, it's very cool. I love that his claws, or like his hands bleed when the claws come out.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's
so
a cool detail.
Like, just seeing a old-ass Wolverine. Because Wolverine's always been, like, that unstoppable, crazy berserker, like, animal guy. You know?
Seeing him be conservative about his power. Yeah,
it's very cool.
It is cool. It's very creative.
It is.
It's kind of neat seeing all the characters you know in this dystopian environment. Yeah.
I like dystopian stuff a lot.
Me too.
One day we'll talk about Hulk Future Imperfect, where Hulk fights himself from the future, who's become king.
Okay. He didn't get killed by Wolverine.
No.
Oh.
Every future seemingly just ends with Hulk being on top. Like,
I mean,
because the thing about the Hulk, there's a book called Hulk the End.
Yeah.
Where it's Marvel did this thing where like, we're never gonna tell the final story of Hulk or Wolverine because then we'd be out of money.
Right.
But we will do this small little story called like Hulk the End or Wolverine the End, depicting what would happen if we ever told that story. And that book, Hulk the End, is so sad because everyone's dead, and the Hulk is like immortal. Like the thing with the Hulk is Hulk will always live on, even if Bruce Banner dies. The Hulk will still be there.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know.
He's just piloting a dead body?
Or like...
He just can't turn back?
He just can't turn back. Like when Banner dies, he's just always going to be the Hulk then. It's really sad because usually Bruce and the Hulk don't like each other. But not only are they in the same body, pretty much, but that's all they have. Because it's even a worse wasteland than this, where there's literally nothing. It's just dirt. And all Banner has to talk to is the Hulk, who he hates.
Yeah.
But then eventually Hulk, or Banner, will die, just of old age. Or I think he might kill himself. Like, I think he might jump off a cliff or something. And then Hulk comes out, and then Hulk is like, oh, now I'm alone. You know, like, I never liked Banner, but it was the only thing I had. And it's just so sad.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no matter what, Hulk will always just be the last survivor. There's a story called Immortal Hulk, where, again, no matter what you do, you could blow him up, obliterate him, or whatever, he'll just grow back. It's like a zombie book. It's crazy. We'll do that one day.
Okay.
But yeah, would you read Old Man Logan?
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
cool. I like it.
Yeah, I would give Old Man Logan I'd give it a solid Ben 10 out of 10. Out of Ben 10.
Ben 10
out of Ben 10. I feel like everything we talked about today, I've given a Ben 10.
No. Clone Saga.
Oh, you're right. I gave that like a Brie 3.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
A Benison Tennyson out of Benison
Tennis.
Okay, whatever. This has been the Off the Shelf Podcast. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Or don't.
Please do.
I mean, yeah, but you know, we don't own you.
Yeah, do what you want.
Yeah. We believe in people being able to do what they want. And join us next time when we eat 37 lemons.
Yes. Make bombard ourselves with cosmic rays.
Yeah. We eat a cosmic brownie.
Ooh, yeah. Those are good. When was the last time you had a cosmic brownie? You've never had one?
No.
Oh, then you'll hate them. Like, if you grew up with them and haven't had them for years, it's like a dream. It's like the most delicious substance in the universe. But you're like an adult man now.
Yeah.
So you're going to eat and be like, this shit is horrible.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Silver Surfer's favorite brownie.
Is it?
Cosmic brownie.
Oh, I get it.